what's going on, guys? It's Chris from Bang Zoom MMA, and I want to talk about Jon Jones versus Anthony Smith. What do you think about this? Because me personally, I'm not too excited. I don't know about you, but Anthony Smith doesn't seem like somebody who's ready. I think it may be a long time before he's ready. I'll explain right now. Anthony Smith's record, he's won his last 3 fights. These are the people he's beaten. Volkan Ozdemir, who's okay, but listen, Smith was gassed out at the end of that, okay? And it was lucky that he got that submission. Ozdemir practically gave him that submission. Before that, though, he beat Shogun Rua, okay? Then before that, he beat Rashad Evans. I mean, no disrespect to those guys are legends. But ultimately, they are way past their prime at this point. And then before that, he got beat by Thiago Santos. And before that, he beat Hector Lombard. I mean, that's not necessarily the highest caliber right there. No disrespect to any of those guys, but those guys are past their prime. What is he going to do to Jon Jones? Nothing. He's not going to do anything to Jon Jones. And if it gets to a 3rd round, he's going to be tired. I don't understand this. Well, I do understand it, actually. There's nothing for Jon Jones in light heavyweight. There really isn't. I mean, it's Daniel Cormier or nothing. And let's look at the rankings. Let's see what's happening. And what do we see? Daniel Cormier is the #1 contender in the rankings. Before that, it's Gustafsson. We saw what happened with that. Then we have Anthony Smith, John Blachowicz. I'm totally destroying that name. Volkan Ozdemir, who was beaten by the guy who's gonna fight Jon Jones. Corey Anderson, I guess you could say that. But if you look at Corey Anderson, I mean, really, okay, if he beat Ayur Latifi, he beat Glover Teixeira, you know, by decision. Then he beat Patrick Cummings. Not a big deal in my eyes, no disrespect to Patrick Cummings. He got beat by Ovince St. Preux and Jimmy Manuwa. He got knocked out twice, 2 fights in a row. One head kick from Ovince St. Preux and another one by punches from Manuwa. I don't see a guy who has the tools to deal with what Jon Jones has. What I think should be happening here is Jon Jones should be going to heavyweight. Jon Jones, okay, get fights in at light heavyweight, and then give those guys back their division, and then go up to heavyweight. And if he is going to fight Daniel Cormier, well, fight him in heavyweight. It's pretty. I don't know why he's even wasting time. I guess I guess there is a reason. You know, he's been gone for a while because of his own problems, and I guess there's an argument to say, hey, let's have some fights, get used to it again. And then, I mean, you could say that because he is fighting generally soon from the last fight. Again, he's been gone for so long. He wants to get in, especially all this testing stuff. And the way his tests have been, you know, pass, failed. He's going to have to get championship money while he can before the next test comes in. Oh, man. So ultimately, that's how I feel about it. Jon Jones there's nothing for Jon Jones in light heavyweight. Anthony Smith is not going to beat him. It's just not gonna happen. Right? The division is just not there. Now it's time, the perfect time to go to heavyweight. If he wants an introduction to heavyweight, fight Brock Lesnar at heavyweight if you want to come in, or just fight Daniel Cormier at heavyweight. Because I don't want to see a Cormier match unless it's at heavyweight. Cormier has a lot more power, I believe, in heavyweight. He is a natural heavyweight. This is what he used to be originally. Undefeated. Kicked ass in Strikeforce. Daniel Cormier is a heavyweight, is a murderer, a killer. Okay? He knows how to take care of business. That adds a new layer to the Jones versus Cormier bout. Heavyweight adds a new layer, some new questions. Is Cormier power that much more stronger in heavyweight, and can that power really make a difference? The wrestling skills, Well, we already know about his wrestling skills. It might be a better advantage for Cormier. Jon Jones wouldn't be necessarily comfortable fighting at heavyweight because this would be the first time. So there's an advantage there. There are some advantages to heavyweight that refresh the battle between those two. It makes me a little more interested. I mean, don't get me wrong, both of those guys are great fighters. Seeing them fight anybody, pretty much, I'm gonna watch. But with that said, watching a third fight after Jon Jones pretty much handily beat Cormier twice at light heavyweight, it's not gonna work unless it's heavyweight. Okay, and then you have a whole bunch of new matches for Jones if he wins. Stipe, Derek Lewis, Francis Ngannou, you know, Alexander Volkov, Alistair Overeem, JDS, Curtis Blades. You know what I mean? Like, come on. These would be fresh matchups. This is the way to go. Heavyweight's the way to go. When it comes to the rest of the card, this is a pretty good card. This is a pretty good card. UFC 235 is shaping up to be pretty decent. You got Jones and Smith at the beginning, at the headline. Then you got Tyron Woodley versus Kamaru Usman. That's pretty interesting, even though, to be honest, I would have liked Colby Covington in that spot. I would have, because I want to see him win or get beat up. That's it. And Colby knows that. That's why he does the things he does. He either makes you want him to win, or he makes you want him to get his ass whooped. And that equals pay-per-view buys. So I don't know what happened. Thought he was definitely the guy to come in, you know, but I thought over the time it just didn't happen. Dana White definitely doesn't like this guy, especially now. So I don't know. But with Tyron Woodley, Kamaru Usman, that's gonna be a good one. That is not a worse fight. But I just for entertainment value, I wanted to see Colby in there. Then we have Cody Garbrandt, Pedro Munoz. That's gonna be interesting. Give a return of Colby Garbrandt after his loss to TJ Dillashaw. I think Colby Garbrandt has a lot more to show. I think there's a lot more that he's capable of. He's got a great career ahead of him. Then you got Holly Holmes versus Aspen Ladd. That's good. And then you have Ben Askren versus Robbie Lawler. Ben Askren returns into MMA because he retired. But he's in the UFC, makes his debut. That's gonna be interesting. I'm very curious to see. I want to see Ben Askren with those UFC gloves on. That's gonna be fun. You know, you got a lot of good stuff. Jeremy Stevens is on this card. Oversay Proof versus Mista Surkarov. I think I butchered that name, but you know what I mean. So Diego Sanchez versus Mickey Gall. That's gonna be fun. Mickey Gall's got star power in him, star potential. Let's see if he could start getting that in. Fucking turn it in those star points. He could be something. In the UFC, if he starts getting those wins, they should put something behind him because they need star power in the UFC nowadays. Torres versus Zhang. That's gonna be fun. So let's see what happens. I think it's gonna be a good card. I'm looking forward to it. March 2nd, it's gonna be at the T-Mobile Arena. As far as Jon Jones is concerned, I think heavyweight is where he needs to be. Oh, that's it for me. This is Chris Santiago for Bang Zoom MMA. I am out of here. Have a good one, guys.